A woman is getting ready when her partner abruptly enters the room and starts undressing her. The sound of police sirens fills the air and the confused woman asks what is happening. However, her partner doesn't provide a detailed explanation and instead instructs her to take off her shoes and quickly get dressed. He hands her a coat and urges her not to ask any more questions, but to simply follow his lead. The couple then rushes out of their luxurious apartment, avoiding detection by using the emergency stairs instead of the main entrance. As they make their way out, the man urges the woman to quicken her pace as they aim to evade the police pursuit. Moments later, as they are already a little distant from the apartment, the man picks up a piece of wood he finds on the street and intimidates a passing motorcycle rider, ordering him to get off the bike. The frightened driver gets off the vehicle and the suspicious man positions himself, calling for the woman to get on and for them to flee further. Embarrassed by the situation, she apologizes to the driver who was robbed, but he gets angry with the couple and calls them thieves. Speeding through the city streets, the couple further distances themselves from the luxury apartment surrounded by the police. The suspicious man makes evasive maneuvers through the streets and ensures they go to the farthest place he knows as if he already had a backup plan in mind. As they arrive near their destination, the man tells the woman to get off the motorcycle, and then he also gets off the vehicle silently, avoiding drawing attention from the neighbors. He abandons the motorcycle with the key nearby and starts running. They both walk further and a few minutes later, they arrive at an old house. The man greets the woman, who asks what they're doing there. Then he informs her that this will be their new home, which frightens her. Continuing, the man says they have lost everything, and the woman, incredulous, asks how they will pay for her expenses for her nails and hair. The man tells her that she will have to work like everyone else and help with household chores, but the woman refuses. The man then asks if their relationship is that weak, and the woman thinks about the situation. Telling her everything will be all right, he embraces her, but the woman remains angry. Now in their new home, the couple is organizing and tidying up their surroundings. The woman sustains an injury to one of her hands, causing the man to become concerned. As they engage in a personal conversation on the couch, she expresses her dissatisfaction with their current situation of endless poverty. The man responds by saying that things will improve over time. The woman responds with frustration, explaining that she was not meant to live in poverty, but to live a life of luxury and be treated like royalty, which the man can no longer provide. The man expresses his sadness and says that he remembers when she loved him, to which she responds that she still does, but without the financial stability, he is of no use to her anymore. This leads to her announcement of leaving. The woman rises and departs from the man, exiting through the front door. At that moment, another person arrives and approaches the man's house. As she opens the door, she remarks that he has finally come to understand. The man inquires about the purpose of her visit and she informs him that she has brought some documents for him to sign. The man, with a hint of sarcasm, says he can imagine what she is about to say, but the woman disagrees and says that the truth has always been evident, the only issue was the man's refusal to recognize it. Regardless of everything, the most important thing now is that everything has been resolved. The man, feeling melancholic, acknowledges this and says that he once trusted in the love of the woman who has now left him. They both remain silent, then are taken aback by the petty woman who returns to retrieve her phone and questions what they're doing. Disregarding her, the secretary gathers the documents and updates the boss on the details of their affairs. Then she bids farewell and he expresses gratitude. Recognizing that things are starting to improve, the woman lovingly addresses the man with a nickname and tells him that everything she said was just a playful tease. Conceding defeat in the relationship, The man acknowledges that his spouse only cares about his wealth and that he staged being broke to gauge her love. In an effort to sway her husband, she suggests that they take a step back and calm down, and now that their financial situation has improved, they could plan a trip to Europe, Switzerland, or even Canada, in order to restore their relationship to normalcy. Disheartened, the man tells the woman to leave and never wants to see her again. They argue and the woman makes it clear that when they got married, they signed a prenuptial agreement, so he doesn't have the right to kick her out. Sarcasm in his voice, the man says they also signed a document stating that if there was infidelity, that document would be null and void. Indignant, the woman asserts that she has not been unfaithful, then her husband shows her his phone, where he has saved all the evidence. In another scene, the woman is caught kissing one of the man's friends. The man refuses to betray their friendship, but the woman disregards their marriage, saying that she is only with him for his money and not out of love. Convinced, the man tells the woman that this is not the appropriate place for them to kiss, but that they could plan a dinner instead. The woman is excited and satisfied, leaving the room after setting a date. After recording the conversation, the man enters the room and the friend feels relieved. Greeting his friend, the host thanks him for his contribution and they embrace. The man comments on the woman's true motives and wishes his friend luck as he leaves. Fuming from the test her husband and friend conducted, the woman curses at him. However, the man remains calm and explains that the friend simply helped confirm that she was indeed cheating on their marriage. He then suggests that if she has any remaining dignity left, she should sign the divorce papers without asking for anything else from him. He tells her to leave his sight as soon as possible and physically escorts her out. Alone, the man sits on the couch and takes a deep breath of relief.